Greetings, it's Intuitive Jakob, and I'm back to do a reading on love and relationships. It's going to be a 6-card reading with this spread that I'm going to explain, and we're breaking them down by tribe. So check your sun, your moon, your rising, and whatever delegations you prefer. We'll also be doing a Romance Angels card in addition to this spread with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, and I might even pull out the Sibilas to take a look at weird things if they pop up during the reading and we want a little more information. The 6 cards that we'll be reading will go in this fashion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First card is going to be their story. So it's like what they're telling you or not telling you, what's going around. The second card is going to cover their thinking. So what they're really thinking about may or may not have anything to do with you. That's a good truth card there. Third card is their feelings. If you're looking to figure out how they're actually feeling about you in the deep down, this is the card that's going to tell it to us. Fourth is going to give us an idea of how they're acting, because some of them are walking a way that's different than the way they're talking and thinking, and that's a good way to figure out what's going on there. Number 5 is going to be outside influences. So who are their influencers? What's going on that's influencing the way they're behaving? And the 6th and final card is going to be what's happening over the fortnight, because it's like the book of things that happen in 2 sevens, you know, what the 7th sign is. It's that Z where we zipped up time into static reality, and boom, that's how they're going to be acting during that period of time. So I'll give it a 2 strong period. It could be the 2 weeks ahead of us that sort of flip-flop and intertangle, because that's really how free-flowing energy works and what a lot of people haven't been explaining to you. So hope you enjoy the readings. If you would like one with just your energy, hit me up at artoflove.me. I would love to take a look with just your personal information. And thank you for subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate those of you that hit me with a thumbs up and subscribe and leave a comment if you'd like. I always love to hear what you're saying and what's going on with your thought process in the readings. All right, we'll catch you on the inside of your reading. Hello, Libra. How you doing? It's so good to have you here. I'm just clearing spaces and making sounds, guys. We've been doing special prayers with the ASMR cloud and the pillow fort. And we're taking things out of life paths that don't need to be there, like confusion. And doing a little shuffle for you. Some of these decks out of the way. I wanted to talk to you about these stones that we have here. Those of you that are here for like love reasons, I love these. These are the male and female boji stones. And they're so nice because we're leaving room for divine energy to show up in the event that you might have been in some kind of toxic situation, just here trying to figure out what didn't happen and why you might have been in that feeling like that. So those answers might be coming out of this, and also I like to leave some room for other things to show up, because boo, right? And we got a little seasoning on the what don't get to be here, getting on our eyes. And that's the Hamza that I was holding up here for evil eye protection. And we also have to cover my eye over here. Something that I want to see, you know, it's like I only want to like get you the answer that you need and kind of be a peaceful back-to-back of that piece that nobody else got to take a stab at, you know? So I've got one of my favorite stones for like balancing my energy, since I'm your compass on this one, and that's Indigo Gabbro. It's very balancing for things. It's one of my yoga Reiki stones, and also doing a lot of work with salt. That's selenite, and we have a piece of gypsum salt over here with the rude rocks. And some of y'all might have had some rude situations, don't you, recently? Wow, it's just like showing up here. It's like some kind of Queen of Swords person. I heard bitch had her back turned, And there's that Seven of Swords there, and somebody snuck off with something. Could have been you too, you know. It's just swords showing up. It's possibly Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But what we want to do is just get some more of your energies on here. I'm just going to tune out for a second from the last messages because it made my nose itch and I'm hearing people were talking. So something going on behind your back, whatever it is. Let's just get that out of this energy here. I don't even want to keep shuffling on that until I'm ready. I'm going to suck some poison out of these. I might speed this part up later. All right. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what we have facing us here, Libra. Bless you, baby. Hierophant in reversed. I'm hearing for some of y'all, this is about just the relationship that stopped right before the wedding. It's like y'all were just getting ready to, and it just got clipped, or in some cases, this is like, it could be a Taurus that you're dealing with. I'm hearing somebody strong with a Taurus, but hearing for a lot of you, this is like why it ended, why you decided not to get married to this person, because I hear some of y'all had a weird proposal go on, and for others, this is like why you actually are ending or have ended a marriage. I'm just spinning this over here while we go ahead and get some more information. I'm just going to take some of that energy out of here as we are disentangling from karma that we do not allow, accept, or choose. Past, present, future now, quantized at 0 point. Thank you. So, what's going on with this person? Let's find out. What's his story? What has he been saying or not saying to you? Well, this might have been about the proposal because somebody's actually showing up with the ring here. So for some of you all, this is actually great news, and I might have just screwed up your future proposal. Somebody might be here to propose to you. In some cases, you already know it, and sometimes it's what got proposed that isn't like this, but like this. Not laughing at you, just hearing that somebody might have forged ahead on something, and they're using the word forged for me. I'm going to go ahead and flip these all before I spend too much time on them one by one, or these just take me a really long time to do. But yeah, we got an Ace of Pentacles showing up on his story. So, what's been going on his mind? So we have the 8 of Wands in reverse. Or, yeah, 8 of Wands in reverse. Now, this is going to tell us how he's actually feeling about you, deep down. We've got a Tower in reverse. And this is going to tell us how he's actually acting around you, or just in general, how he's coming across. And that's the 7 of Swords in reverse. And just notice sometimes how people show up isn't actually how they're being, too, like in their mind and in their heart. So this is a whole mixed bag, guys. These are the outside influences going on with him. Her, them, other, know your own genders. Got an Ace of Wands upright. And 6. This is going to be how they're actually going to be expressing themselves and what's actually happening over the fortnight, which is the 2 weeks that sort of fold up on each other in 1 week, where AM and PM prove that light and dark are actually part of one day that never ends, and we've been quantizing resonances and frequencies, and nobody gets away with anything anymore. Just know that. So this is what's happening during the fortnight. I got a Page of Wands in reverse. So I'm hearing some of y'all just need to know you dodged a huge, major, hectic bullet. And I'm very sorry if you were married to this person. and you had to find out that they were like cheating on you often, especially if they got somebody pregnant and don't want to admit it, because that's definitely like here for somebody big time. But for others, I'm hearing too, if this is like some weird proposal somebody made, it's just because they know that they got you pregnant, and that some of you are like, that's exactly why I'm here and why I said no. So that's showing up real big here for some of y'all. But for others, there's something else going on here, because you're going to have to know your stories. If this is like totally new, there's some cautionary notes if you didn't know somebody is about to propose to you, because I'm hearing for somebody, it's like he's backpedaling, he's backtracking, he's coming clean about something, and it might be a lot to hear. And so make sure you get all of the information, especially if it's happening right now over Mercury retrograde period, at least for like the next, whatever, time never happened, you know, but over this period of the next couple of weeks, we'll call it that, into August. But basically what I'm seeing here is this person is right on a new path, and they might have just gotten a new job. I'm hearing for the one that just got the new job, totally different set of energies here. I'm hearing that the whole thing with this one is that it's like a shame thing. I'm hearing about 7 shit years. Could be 7 months too, but I'm hearing 7 shit years and a really good job that just came in, and it's like all that's going on right now is a feeling of new, and that these cards that I'm going to read to you that are reversed here are kind of like how somebody that knows they have everything in their hand might be judicious about how they're moving forward, because maybe they got hurt in the past, because they might not really be telling you this, but I'm hearing it's like there was somebody that they were either married to, it could have been like an 8-year relationship or a marriage or something, but I'm just seeing that it was like they were in love, and then it was like crash. And then I'm hearing about like 7 years of tough recovery, finally getting a good job, and that being the now. And that like what they're really thinking is like, oh my God, how do I like contain this explosion around somebody that might hurt me again, like the other one. And kind of taking it slow in that regard, but having a lot of options, because it's like 2 brand new starts here. And I'm hearing for them it might be job and romance, and it might be also an ex trying to come back there. So you're going to have to know, Libra, which one this is for you, because there's a lot of different stories showing up here. But I'm going to focus a little bit more on that one, because I think that that's like the real clear one, and that for some of you all, you might find some things out over this fortnight about this person that really surprise you, especially if you didn't know that they had a child, because I'm hearing for some of you all, you might find out that they had a child, and that, you know, you just didn't even know about it. There's a lot you didn't know about them, and they might have been protecting somebody, because I'm just seeing like a lot of backstabbing that might have been going on in their world, and why they kind of show up like they're looking over their shoulder, because I don't see this as a negative energy, and this is actually how they're acting. So if you saw them coming in there acting like this, a 7 of Swords upright, then you know there's like sneaky, shady kind of feeling with somebody. And this way, I'm hearing it's kind of like a defensive posture, because that's how they were either being perceived or what they had going on around them. And I'm hearing for somebody, they might have really had a lot of things taken from them, especially if it was in a relationship where they weren't really having access to their child. And so I'm hearing, if that's the case, that it's like, it's possible, especially if this, they don't have to be a Taurus, but I'm hearing Taurus a lot, and this is a lot of times a Taurus energy. This is somebody that would really like ask you to marry them. And I'm hearing it's like, my life was too messy, you know, it's just like my life was too messy, and whoever he is, it's like, I'm hearing the job's good, he's going to be making good steady money, and it's like, he's got a gusto of some kind, and I don't know if it's just because he's like kind of hot and people also want him too, but there's like offers around him, and they're good offers, and like all of this other energy, it's like him either repressing it or like kind of surveying around like, am I going to get hurt? And so I'm hearing for some of you, you might have this guy, girl, other in your vicinity like coming with this idea of how they present themselves, and that it's actually a good seed, and that just make sure that you're watching, because I hear it's like low self-esteem with this person too, because I don't know, I don't always hear it like that, but I'm hearing that it's like low self-esteem after having been humiliated in a relationship where, you know, somebody might have cheated on him and it was like public, and just not knowing how to do that and coming off too aggressive is what I'm hearing too. So for some of you, this is actually really, I'm getting pretty decent vibes off of that one. And you're going to have to know, like I said, which one is yours, because there's a mixed bag here. For some of you all, you know, if this is like the relationship that just stopped before it started, I'm hearing that it might be a weird time this week, because you might hear about what they were doing for money that you didn't know about, and that's going to be all you needed to know. And that's really strong, because I'm hearing that, like, if they've been backpedaling around you, this is the person, like, if you've been noticing they just like backpedal, and it was like a backpedal move, like where you just couldn't trust them. It's like, I'm hearing that that's what this looks like when this is a cover up amongst these other cards that are here. But like my guides are saying, if that was like your spouse or something, and you know they were trying to do some kind of cover up move, that's how you're going to know, and you might find out about just something that they had been doing for money, and it's just where you drew the line is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing, if that's the case, good riddance. And let's get this energy out of here too, because for some of you all, that's not at all what's going on. If this is the person that's got recent new starts happening, like, you're probably going to hear about it if this is the person that I'm talking to you about right now, because it's not like they're keeping it from anybody. It's like they might be finding out that there's like travel with work. And I'm hearing that for some of you all, this might even be what you were waiting to hear, if this is somebody you haven't seen in a while, especially if they had like the 7 or 8 year bad cycle and maybe left somebody behind, or maybe somebody, you know, had like cheated on them or left them behind in a kind of humiliating way. I'm hearing that you might actually be happy, because what they've actually been thinking about too is how they're in a better position to make the most of like travel to even come and see you. And I'm hearing it's like just not wanting to seem like they're too so into you that they drive you away, because that is explosive energy right there. You know, the 8 of Wands is a lot of times like falling in love. It's swift communication. It's things that happen rather quickly. By the Tower, it's like everything blowing up all at the same time, you know. Scorpionic influence could have a lot of Scorpio energy in it. But what I'm hearing is that it's more like, how do I curb my enthusiasm about this? And being like reluctant to show up like they were going to take something. Because sometimes when people show up like that, you know, if you've been at like a bar or club or something, and, you know, people will offer you something with an expectation sometimes. And it's like, you know, where is this going? Especially if it's like, oh, hi, I'm in town all of a sudden, and setting too much of an expectation up. Because I'm hearing that some of you all need to know, and you'll be able to tell. If you hear that noise, my little girl's snoring over there. She's loud. But I'm hearing you'll be able to see it, because you're going to understand where they're coming from, but it'll be obvious, because I feel like they're going to want to communicate with you, well, as long as you are sure that this is the one that you want to talk to this way, because you don't want to cross what you want to hear from me with one of those other shitty stories on this one, because there's some situations where it's just purely karmic and you don't want to take this next advice because it's not for you. And it's good to know that, so you don't go mixing things, you know, especially if you had somebody that was just bad to you and treating you unkindly. I'm talking about a completely different situation where somebody's getting a new start and might have been treated unkindly, or you have not seen them and now they're there for a new job, new start. Situation like that where you haven't actually crossed and crashed and burned and all of that is more the higher energy relationship potential that I'm hearing about here. And in that situation, you're going to be able to sense where this person's coming from, because there might be some things that they don't say exactly directly that you're going to feel in the energy, and they're going to be very honest with you about what the past was that would correspond to the story, because this is actually showing us somebody who's recovering from a bad damage on their ego is what I'm hearing, and not being too brash with how they're speaking about things. Because I think that it's I'm not seeing, it's not fast communication. It doesn't look like fast communication here with all of this energy, but it looks like conversation conducive to explaining what might have happened in a past, enough to where they're not seasoning it too heavily with you. So I don't want to make it sound like, if you have an old friend coming in that all they want to do is marry you or whatever, but I am saying that sometimes, especially when you have been through a lot and you know a person over a period of time and have an idea on their story, it's like that person that if these things hadn't been in our way, maybe this card would be upright and maybe we would be thinking about getting married, sort of thing. And I'm hearing that it's a totally separate situation there, where you are going to know that this person is definitely deeply recovering from that. And I'm hearing that it's going to have a lot to do with whatever it is that keeps them from not necessarily showing up as vibrant as they are, because I'm hearing for some of them, it's this can be a really crappy energy for some of the other readings. I haven't gotten there yet, but, upside down Page of Wands, if this is a person, this is a real brat card. But I'm hearing in this one instance, this card about what shows up over the fortnight has more to do with this person being reluctant and how they're putting themselves out there because they feel awkward. And it's I'm hearing it's 8 years, maybe 9 years of somebody kind of being like a monk and going within and just not having much of a social life and just being awkward, like a teenager that doesn't know what to do, even if they're in their 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever age. But I'm getting good 45 to 55 age range for some of you. Maybe that's because I have a lot of, people in that age group here, but I'm hearing it's it's his new start that he's almost embarrassed about because he doesn't know what to do, And so that's a really good indication, seeing it like this for some of you, because it's going to be knowing, okay, we can take our time with this and just be the right kind of nervous goofballs together, and that might be fun. And it might lead to, more conversation and stuff. And I think it'll take some pressure off of this, trying to repress or suppress all of this excitement. Now, for some of you others, this is totally different context that's coming up, because it's if you're finding out that they were doing something for money that was not cool, and it's where the anger sets in, especially if you know that he's been backpedaling, or she's been backpedaling, trying to act like something didn't happen, and they're saying something about the number 7 for some of y'all. You're going to know if the number 7 is relevant, but I'm hearing it's every July, every single July, it's been happening, and you're going to find out why. And it's just a repetitive pattern, and it's I'm all itchy around my throat just thinking about it. So whatever it is, not loving it. But I'm hearing that what you need to know is that opportunity, whatever it is around them, it's around a lot right now, because those are the only two energies showing up. It's what's being handed to them and why. And it's for some of them, they're being almost praised for doing that. It's a certain reinforcement that's coming through, is what I'm hearing. And there's just a really nasty mob rule energy around it, where it's somebody being mobbed into being more that way, if that makes sense. And if that's the case, you might know what this younger fire sign person is that's in the area, because I'm hearing they might have been lying about this person, and that person could be a child to me. This is a young teenager. I'm hearing you might find out something really pissed off, because I'm hearing 14 to 16 years old, and somebody that really deserves to get their ass beat and slammed in jail with MS-DOS experiment gone on party pepper sprinklers or whatever they spray people with in there, because it's on that level. But For others, you're just going to find out that, yes, he did actually get somebody pregnant, and you're going to find out that that absolutely happened soon, and that can't hide that anymore. It's just, it's out in the open. I'm going to move on from these because those are the toxic messages that, you know, I'm not here to delve too much into that. Some of y'all are just here to just like, yeah, that's what I heard. Let's get rid of that shit. Let's put some of the positive energy on this and say what our romance angels say, because for some of you all, there is a new start here, and it might be eminent with a friend. I'm hearing it's maybe somebody that you knew from the past. I'm not getting a distinctly like past life or anything detail or cards like that, but it's like somebody that wants to come in that's been at a distance of some kind. And so for some of you all, it's like a relocation or something that they're going to be doing where they might be in your town area. They like in your township more regularly. I'm hearing like every 2 to 4 months or something. And it's like, it's going to be very refreshing because they might be moving at the same pace you are, where it's not like, oh, let's move in and get shacked up and like all this stuff, but where it's just like, hi, getting to see this person again and having something that you can communicate with and have the context there that's probable for, I don't know, just a progression on the same level. Let's see what's coming up. Romance angels, what do we say? We have, pay attention to the red flags. So, definitely speaking to some of you, signs are cautioning you. So, definitely going to keep that one. And I'm also going to pull this one out that's like sticking out here, because there are different groups, and there's the engagement. So, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. I'm hearing for some of you too, this is going to be like, you're going to know if this is just like reminding you why somebody tried to engage you. But for some of you, totally separate message, because we do have that Hierophant here. And this does say your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like the biggest challenge you might have with this one, especially if it's somebody that's like seasoned in your life some way, is if they're coming out of another relationship and how quickly things could progress. So it's like, I just see somebody here like slowing their energy down. It's like, it's some slow your roll, you know? It's just like, hey, slow your roll, bro. Slow your roll, bro. Because it's popping, you know? These two are popping, and the rest are kind of like, wait. So it could be an interesting time for you, Libra. Look, I'd love to hear how it goes for you. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if it resonated. I'd love to hear from you, and definitely appreciate your thumbs ups. And why don't you subscribe to my channel if you like it? I do these often. And if you would just like a personal reading with your own private energy, hit me up at Book Me. Right there, artoflove.me. I'd be happy to take a look with just your energy and see what comes up for you. If I don't hear from you, take care, Libra. Wishing you the best. Especially getting at all that stuff that doesn't belong in your now. And I'll catch you again soon. We're back for another one.
Promise that you'll catch me.